Hi folks, my name is Scott Cohen and I'm going to be your professor for ACC 5010. That's the Foundations of Financial Managerial Accounting class for the MBA program here at UNCP. So the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to create a series of videos to show you exactly how Canvas works and how all the assignments work and things like that so that you can get off to a good start. But the first thing I want to let you know about this course, okay, so if you're in this course, chances are you have an undergraduate degree that was not in business. Because you have an undergraduate degree that was not in business, or you took your classes a long time ago and decided to take this as a refresher, okay? Probably not too many of you doing that. Because of that, you have to take this one course. Now, this one course has both financial and managerial accounting, okay? That's number one. Number two, this course is 7 weeks long. Now, normally, a course in financial accounting is 14 weeks long, and a course in managerial accounting is about 14 weeks long. So here's what I'm trying to tell you. You're going to have about 28 weeks worth of work under a normal semester compressed into 7 weeks. So just to let you know, it is going to be a lot of work. Now, don't get me wrong. It's doable. Most people get through it successfully, but I'm just telling you, expect a lot of work, okay? Expect a lot of work. There's no way, basically, we're going to cover, normally in the classes, we were able to cut out a little bit of material, not too much, but normally you're talking about 24 chapters. Well, we've cut it down to 19, but I'm telling you, so you got 19 chapters and you got 7 weeks. A lot of material, a lot of new terms, so you're going to have to stay on top of things, okay? Just want to warn you right up front, okay? All right, now on with the syllabus. So you can see right here, my contact information here. Let me turn my pen on, okay? All right, so there's my name right there, okay? By the way, email, this is the best way to get in touch with me right here, email. And again, this is an online thing, so basically office hours by appointment. You know, if you need to talk to me or have a meeting or something, send me an email. We'll set something up. I don't know when you work or don't work or all that kind of good stuff, but we can work it out so that we can meet. Okay, we can find a mutually agree upon, time we can both agree upon. Okay. By the way, this office phone number, during the summer, I'm really not there. By the way, here's my cell phone number. Now, you can call my cell, but I would recommend texting first, mainly because I'm sure you guys get a ton of phone calls on your cell phone from all kinds of people that you don't want to talk to or what have you. Anyway, I have no idea who you are. But if you text me first and say, hey, this is so-and-so from your 5010 class, could you give me a call back? Then I know to give you a call back, okay? I would recommend that, okay? All right. By the way, in this class, there's going to be an academic coach. His name is Dr. Adam Sullivan. So you'll be able to ask me or Dr. Sullivan if you have a question, okay? Now, predominantly, Dr. Sullivan's going to wind up grading the discussion boards. The other questions, feel free to ask me, or if you want, it's easier to get a hold of Dr. Sullivan, you could do that, okay? So again, notice here, here's the key word right here. Accelerated course, okay? Right here, accelerated course. Now what that means is you're going to have a lot of work to do, okay? A lot of work to do. Right. By the way, this course does not count towards your 36 hours required in the MBA. This is a foundation course. This is just to get you ready for the MBA. By the way, here's the dates of the course. And here you can take a look. You can read this. I don't have to. Under successful completion, you should learn all of these different things. And you can see it's quite a lot, okay? So remember, you're doing 2 accounting courses in one, and you're doing it in 7 weeks. A lot of work here, okay? All right, let's go down the page a little bit. By the way, there's 2 textbooks for this course, okay? This one for financial accounting. It's the same one we use in the undergrad, and this one for managerial. By the way, they're going to be we have what's called inclusive access, so they're basically going to put it on your bill. The class is 3 semester hours. Now notice, It says 15 to 20 hours a week. That's a minimum. I think it will likely, if you want to do well, it'll likely take you more than that. Okay? And again, it's online. I'm going to show you, I have all these lectures and stuff for you to use. And I want to show you all that thing, because if you use them, you could do this. I've taught this online a number of times, both of these classes. You can be successful. You just have to use all of the assets you're given. Okay? Attendance policy, it's online. So basically attendance is, did you do your work? Okay, and in this case we also have discussion boards. Absences, now if it's a university type thing, I don't know how it would be if you're an online student, but if it's a university thing, no problem, you can make it up. Just to let you know. So this particular class is gonna be during summer too. If you plan on going vacation during this course, I think you're making a mistake, okay? You're not gonna have fun going on vacation, having to do homework and do tests and all this kind of good stuff. That being said, that's entirely your call. Also, if you've got something going on, some personal thing comes up, get in touch with me so we could see how we could work something out. Okay? This class is going to happen fast and furious, and if you wait too long, you're going to fall behind. Okay? Let's see what else. A little bit of stuff about code of conduct here. I don't anticipate you can read that. Electronic communication, again, my preference, you can see right here, my preference is that you use email. Generally, it's easier to keep track of than even the phone, for me anyway. But like I said, if you need to, you can always go and text me and then we can get in touch, okay? Let's see what else we have here. A lot of these other things are kind of, you can read through some of these policies and all that. Really what I wanted to let you know is about how the course is going to work. Okay, so here, some important stuff. The test will be proctored. You're going to have two tests. They're going to be proctored using Proctorio software. It's free, comes in Connect. Okay, you're going to need a camera on your laptop or computer and a reliable internet connection. Now, I'm just going to warn you that all of the assignments are basically due at the end of the week at midnight. Now, I'm going to tell you, if you wait till Sunday evening to start doing all this work, you are going to be in a world of hurt. Okay, it's not a good way. You won't be able to learn this stuff. You won't be able to remember it all if you try doing it all in one day. Okay, now you can see right here on your test, you are allowed to use a single page of notes. Okay, so you can use a single page of notes, but I just want to let you know, you've got to know what you're doing. Got to know what you're doing. And the whole thing about the page of notes, you can use front and back. The whole thing here is while you're making that page of notes, you're actually studying because you're having to make a decision as to what to put on that page. Okay? That's why it's allowed. Also, there's homework assignments. Okay? You get 3 chances on your homework assignments. Now, you're going to want to maximize those points. Okay? And again, if you need help on homework or you got questions, or you can work with other people. The thing is, keep in mind, when you go to take those tests are proctored. You're on your own. So if you relied on somebody or if you're busy checking all the answers, I'm telling you right now, I've seen it happen a million times. You're busy because students will go, I don't understand. I get 100 on the homework and then I fail the test. Well, chances are that's because you were busy using Chegg on the homework and you can't use Chegg on the tests. Okay? Also, there's participation, those discussion boards. I'll show that to you when we get to the class. Okay, when we get to thing. And there's pre-tests. So these pre-tests, they're an important part of success. So you could take them as many times as you like. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, get 100 on the pre-test. You're crazy. It counts for 20% of your grade. Okay? And there's a pre-test for each chapter. The bottom line is, if you do well on the pre-test, you will do well on the test because they're going to be very similar. Okay? All right. So I see a little error here. It says 3 exams. That's not correct. This is supposed to be 2. We don't have time for 3. 2 exams. Okay? So notice, exams are 40%. Homework is 40%. Participation discussion board and the pretest, 10% of your grade. So again, make sure you do these items. Okay? Now, remember, you got to get, you're only allowed, I think it's 2 C's in the MBA program. You really got to get B's. So I'm just warning you right now. Make sure, you see these 3 items right here? Make sure you maximize those points. Okay, that's 60% right there. Okay, then you got this 40%. So you could see, even if you got if you got a 75 on both tests, 75%, you would still get an A in the class if you got all the points here. Okay, so again, I'm telling you, that would be my advice. All right, folks, that's syllabus part 1. I'll be back with another part regarding the syllabus in just a minute.